So no English side can win the Champions League this season, but Football Focus is still in Europe. It's one of the great stadiums. We'll access all areas at the Nou Camp. The entire Barcelona team have turned up. Gerard, could I ask you a question from the BBC while you're signing that? On Tuesday night, millions of people around the world watched Barcelona hand out a footballing lesson on this pitch.
Fantastic chip, so brilliant!
Arsenal were on the end of a Messi masterclass.
Messi again, and he gets his fourth goal!
Can Barcelona add another trophy to their already packed cabinet? Will the president sign off in style? A win for the Catalans would seal the legacy of the club's president. And we've been spending some time with Senor Laporta. Welcome to Football Focus. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much and welcome to Barcelona.
Yes, it's all smiles at Barca. Not such a good week for Arsenal and Manchester United, but the European dream does live on for Fulham and Liverpool. It's FA Cup semi-final weekend, so we'll hear from James Milner in the build-up to Aston Villa-Chelsea on the programme, and David James on taking on Harry Redknapp's Spurs. No end of talking points for the Lionel Messi of the punditry world. Loro is alongside Wembley-bound Tottenham coach Les Ferdinand. But we'll start with FC Barcelona. 6 trophies last year and now odds on to become the first side ever to claim back the Champions League. There's been a lot of talk in this country about how best to run a football club, but the Catalans are convinced they've got it right. The club's president, Joan Laporta, is in the final few months of his job and opened the doors to us this week. He's hoping for a lasting La Liga legacy to add to the club's already rich history. It's one of the great stadiums, but as the motto on the far side will tell you, it's more than just a club.
I think that every club has something special, you know, and in our case is that we are more than just a club because it's the expression of our identity, our Catalan culture and our solidarity.
There are different ways, of course, of running a football club. Back in England, we're very much used now to a foreign owner coming in with a lot of money and fans getting a bit upset about the level of debt at clubs. Do you think that the way that Barcelona is run, with the fans, with the one member, one vote, that the fans are part of that, do you think that is the best way, the ideal way to do it?
In my opinion, yes. And yes is in my opinion, and at least for us, that we are an institution that strongly linked to our society, Catalan society. It's very important that the club belongs to the people.
Barça represents a kind of nationality for Catalan people, and as Catalonia has not a state, you can transmit this feeling via or through Barça. It's coming to the stadium with your flag, with Catalonian flags, and for Catalan people it's very, very important.
Barcelona's list of greats go back an awfully long way, but some things never change. If you understand what this club means to the fans, you'll never be forgotten. This will give you an indication of what we're talking about, because in this room at the moment we've got quite a lineup. Eusebio, Charlton, we've got Koeman, Stoichkov, Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol and Valdez, all here to acclaim a man who did it as both a player and a manager, Johan Cruyff. It's amazing to have 2 of the game's greats together and to have us talking to you both. I was just wondering whether, is there a decision between you? Do you two agree on the best way the football club should be run?
But it's not a question of what's good and bad. It depends who or what. It always depends on the situation. It always depends on a lot of different things.
Your responsibility is for your club is to do the best you can for the people that come and support you. Yeah. And that's what both clubs do. And both clubs have been very successful.
We came with Barcelona and yourself to Rwanda a few weeks ago. Can you tell us something about what the club are doing with UNICEF in countries like Rwanda?
Now we are living the best period of our history, and I think that is the best way that we have to show our heart, to show our soul, in order especially to say to the less fortunate that, well, there is a club, that the name is Football Club Barcelona, that is thinking about them, that they are not alone. Here in Kiziba, in Rwanda, is a camp of refugees that they are coming from Congo. And we are involved in a program with UNHCR in order to develop programs for education, for nutrition and sporting programs. You know, we are building the future because the future belongs to the kids, and I think that today Barça is the club of the kids. Another way or another principle in our club is that we like to invest in the youth teams. Our Masia, our youth teams, are the factory of our dreams, and at the same time is the way that we create Ballon d'Or, golden balls, and there are others that buy it. But you know, we like to create the stars, the golden boy.
The club has a long history of blending imported greatness with local talent, and the president has stuck to that formula. 10 of the current squad have come through the academy, which has a tangible effect on team spirit. This room is packed for a book launch for Gerard Piqué down the front there, but the entire Barcelona team have turned up to see it. You can see them all in the yellow shirts, apart from the man of the moment over there, 4-goal Lionel Messi, who's also here as an interested spectator.
It's a pleasure to play with all these teammates. They are winners, and I think we can do big things.
How strange was it to find the entire squad turning up for your press conference?
It means a lot, and I hope they enjoy it today.
What's it like playing for a club as huge as Barcelona?
When I was young, the first time I see Barcelona playing against Espanyol, I see Ronaldo do fantastic things in the pitch. I directly see my father, I directly see my brother. I said, I want to be there, I want to go to play Barcelona. Every day I say to my brother, I want to go on Barcelona, and now my dream is there, but now I want to win the cup again.
You speak about Barcelona so fondly. It's going to be hard for you, isn't it, to let go of your presidency after 8 years here?
Has been a honor, and you know, has been a great experience. I think that I'm really satisfied because I leave the club to the new president better than the club that I received.
If you could give the next president of Barcelona one piece of advice, he might not ask you for it, but if you could give him one piece of advice to keep going what has been happening here over the last few years, what would that be?
To consider the presidency as a great responsibility and to be aware that Football Club Barcelona is more than a club.
Well, it's a fascinating